Welcome home, my child. It can be said that I have been mentally absent for quite a while. I broke up with my ex of nearly a decade 4 years ago, and the breakup left me so deeply broken that I slowly lost my faith in God and my religion in the process. While I was healing from the breakup, I dated a lot of guys and became sexually active. I don't remember how many guys I've slept with in the past 4 years. I'm also well off financially, so I don't think I need help or advice from anyone. With freedom, money, and the advantage of being attractive, I don't mean to sound cocky, but I'm a woman in my prime. I thought I had it all and that I was fine. When independent, it wasn't until recently, when I turned 33, that I thought maybe it was time to slow down and look for a serious partner. I tried to abstain from sex on the first few dates. I tried to be nice and kind, to show this guy that I was a dutiful wife. He knows about my past, and honestly, it's hard to be hurt again. But in the end, he just saw me as a sex object and wasn't really interested in getting to know the real me. I'm heartbroken, to be honest. Then, I also lost a big client that same month. Like I was being stripped of what I considered important. I recently started praying again. I feel guilty for only remembering God when I have almost nothing. I decided to go to confession on Holy Thursday. When I started confessing to the priest, the first thing he said was, "Welcome home. The angels are rejoicing that you have decided to return home." I cried right then. I realized how empty and lost I had been over the years. Yes, being single and having this much freedom is exciting, but I really feel empty. I want to have a decent Catholic husband one day, and I want my partner to know that I am his everything. I also want to be able to grow a God-centered family. Am I too late for this? Also, for women in their 30s whose husbands are Catholic, how did you meet your spouse? I've been really having a hard time meeting new people lately, and I don't really trust guys on dating apps because honestly, the majority of them want something temporary. I'm from the Philippines, but I also travel abroad from time to time. I understand that finding a life partner cannot be rushed and that I still really need to put in the work, but I want to be ready and devote myself to the right person when God brings me to meet him. Letting go and letting God love me unconditionally. This is more of a rant, but I just wanted to share this with fellow believers, especially since this community has meant the world to me since delving deeper into my faith. If you're often on this sub, you've likely seen me on here LOL. You've probably seen me share my worries, my concerns, and questions as a young believer. I've been wrestling with God for a while now since the start of the year, really. And it's been tiring. Like super tiring, but also full of blessings. I've grown really closer to God, learned so much theology, biblical scholarship, and just learned a lot about the precious Lord. But I'm so young. I'm literally only 16, and yet I've been going through all of this. Having OCD and depression has made it even worse. Recently, I've been worrying a lot about hell. Worrying about making God in my own image. Like, am I imagining God as too loving? Am I following the right path? And end times. All that stressful stuff, LOL. But I remember that I'm okay. That God casts out fear. Because fear is not of his beautiful spirit. Perfect love, which he truly is, casts out fear. I'm going to be okay. It's okay for me to not know everything. It's okay for me to just rest in our loving Father's arms instead of always wrestling with them. I mean, how many other teens even think about these things? It'll all be okay. I put my trust in Jesus, who shall make things well. I don't know what will happen, but I know of the God that has taken care of me all these years and who has promised to never leave my side is in control. It will be truly good. I will let Jesus do what he has always desired for me to do, and just let him love me unconditionally. I hope that his unconditional love may transform me too, so I can be a little more in union with God and bring his beautiful kingdom here on earth. All manner of things shall be well. May God be with you all, and may we all know His most precious love. Messages from God. Hello all. Just came across an old post asking if anyone had ever received a message from God. I came to say, in fact, I have, in many ways. The first time God spoke to me, it was clear and audible, just as someone was in the room with me. I had recently started working in a Joel Osteen workbook. I was very new to praying and had only been doing so for maybe a few weeks. One night, I was on my knees in my dark room, and as I finished the Lord's Prayer, I heard a voice say, "I'm glad you are not hurting anymore, my son." It sent a chill up my spine, but I was not at all fearful. This event happened around 2008 to 9, or around the age of 20 to 21. Even with this defining moment, my faith has taken many years to mature. At the age of 33, I started attending church services and reading the Bible regularly. Last April 2023, God gave me another message. This time not audible, but in every way undeniably His hand. It took a full week of following breadcrumbs like an Easter egg hunt. Every day of the week something happened so perfectly timed that it was well beyond any doubt it was just my imagination or coincidence. The week finally culminated with the message. Playtime is over, children. Prepare for war. The next day revealed run to the mountain. The rest of 2023 proved to be just that, a spiritual war. I've eventually found the only refuge in this war is God, the mountain. Christmas Eve 2023 was my last service attendance. 2024 has been tough to bring myself back to God. Several days ago, I made up my mind. God, I need you. Take me back. This morning, I woke up from a dream with the number 707 in my mind. I own a painting business and thought I needed to send one of my contractors there. I checked my phone and no text containing that number. An hour later, an incoming text stated 707 needs painted. The undeniable coincidence I had received this number spiritually before it manifested into the physical world made me check the meaning. 707. I'm just here to give my own testimony and hopeful that it may open up others to the ways God can deliver His messages to us. What are some ways God has spoken to you?